you do start to have people who say, okay, well, you do have reformable teachings, right? And so maybe Humanae Vitae is one of those. Maybe Humanae Vitae is one of those teachings that um, it's not taught infallibly. This is one of the things that the magisterium could err. Two parts to there. Number one, if you think that if that it's reformable, let's just take that position for a moment and just say that Humanae Vitae is just merely non-definitive yet authoritative. Well, you still owe religious submission of intellect and will to it unless there is a magisterial teaching taught with a higher authority that says otherwise. And to my knowledge, there isn't. So you would already still need to owe religious submission of intellect and will to Humanae Vitae at minimum. That's not the position that I take with it, though. I don't think that it's merely non-definitive yet authoritative. I think that it is taught definitively. And I would argue that based on what we would call the ordinary and universal magisterium, which in a nutshell is this concept that you have the bishops of the world constantly teaching something as irreformable, as definitive, and these bishops are in communion with the Pope. They might not be assembled in a council, but there's this constant teaching that upholds this by the bishops in communion with the Pope, even outside of council. I think that you can make a really strong case that Humanae Vitae falls in that category. Some have opposed that and said, well, no, this hasn't constantly been taught, or hasn't been taught as irreformable. So they'll try to nitpick those things and say, well, therefore it's not irreformable. There's some strong arguments there, but I think that at the end of the day, I lean in favor of the idea that the ordinary and universal magisterium definitively taught it. So you would now owe an irrevocable assent to it. So I think with the maximal interpretation of Humanae Vitae, you owe an irrevocable assent. With the minimal perspective on Humanae Vitae, you still owe a religious submission of intellect and will to it. So in no case can you dissent from it.